We're back with part 2 of Studio Dragon show recommendations. If you are not sure why we're talking about this, you need to go watch our previous video where we've recommended a few other shows by Studio Dragon and why we're doing that. So let's get on. Ari, tu to bol, today's shows are relatable shows.
Oh, ये मुझे याद ही नहीं है. उतना ही तो है, तुझे ही बोलना था, तेरे ही पार्ट में है ये. बढ़िया. So we're gonna be recommending 4 shows just like last time, and this time's theme is relatable shows, things that you can watch on a daily basis. The first show we're gonna be discussing.
The other ones also you can watch on a daily basis.
You know, they're like your daily life.
Yeah, they don't have any mythical creatures.
They're not
gods
far-fetched and like. They don't take you to another world.
You meant everyday life shows.
Yeah.
Watch every day.
Yeah. Okay. Coming back. The first show we're doing is our all-time favorite show. Like, I'm blushing talking about it. It's called Startup. And it's... Yeah, anyway. So their soundtrack is definitely in our Spotify Wrapped for the next decade, I think. We're still listening to it a year or 2 years later, I don't know. So,
no,
a year later.
6 months.
6 months, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. क्या show था यार?
The show involves a lot of real life struggles. It would be really, really relatable for people in their 20s and 30s who are in, their early career flux and, like making decisions about what they need to do with their lives. So this show would really give you a lot of perspective.
Yeah.
And obviously, given its title, it is based on
startup.
Yeah, so there are these bunch of youngsters who've come together to build a startup, and they're in this
fictional Silicon Valley of Korea, which is in Seoul, and it's just shown so well. It's really believable. It almost seems like this place exists, and the whole system of startups and that whole like industry is shown really well.
And the good thing was that they would have these meanings every time they use very technical term.
Yeah, business terms.
Yeah, stuff. If you are not someone who understands a lot of finance and startup related terms, it doesn't matter. The show gives you enough premise of what's
going on.
Yeah.
And ultimately the show is about dreams and youth and friendships. There's also love story, and it actually has a very interesting
complicated take on
love. Yeah, there's obviously a love triangle, and oh my god, the second lead syndrome on this show is it wasn't even second lead anymore. Like, I think for the first half of the show we didn't know who the second lead was.
Yeah, we were very confused.
So that was another fun thing. And the character developments and the character performances themselves are really good throughout the show.
Yeah, like the sibling relationship, their mother-daughter relationship,
complicated family relationships. Yeah. Another thing was the graphics. Like, the graphics of the show is so good. The design, the theme, the way the cinematography is really good. This is another Studio Dragon show which is an example of how you cannot skip the title track. There wasn't a single episode we skipped the title track on, even though it was just like a graphical thing. There was no like real shooting in it, but it was just brilliant.
But it was so well made. So if you are a design student or someone who loves like
good design,
this
aesthetics,
is a must watch. Our next show is Touch Your Heart, and the leads of this show are from the second leads from Goblin.
Yeah,
second pair rather, not second leads.
They were a really famous couple because of Goblin, and I think people were damn happy to find this show after Goblin came out. They have really good chemistry, and the show is essentially a love story, but it's also it's a legal drama / covering the acting industry, because one lead is a lawyer, the other is an actor. So that's the premise of the show. So every episode will kind of deal with a different case, and the case will cover a different social issue, and they're covered kind of in a nuanced way, in a very nice way. So it's very enjoyable. It also is a really funny show, light-hearted. Of course, there is some thrill and suspense in it, like any other K drama, but largely it's a very fun, light kind of watch.
Feel good for sure.
Yeah, just like weightlifting, Fairy Kim Bok Ju is a show that you can watch over and over again. I think Touch Your Heart has the same vibe. It's a very like, oh, I feel down, I can just put on an episode.
Yeah.
So we definitely recommend this one. The third show that we're talking about today is called It's Okay to Not Be Okay, and also I think called Psycho But Okay. Some weird names that are alternative names to the show. This one is a very serious show. It covers mental health and mental illnesses, and it's a healing drama. So it will leave you not feeling so good most days.
Yeah.
We would recommend, if you're not in a great mental headspace, to kind of be
Avoid
careful
it,
or
yeah.
avoid it, because it can be triggering to many people. But overall, it is a very good, well-made
Well-made show.
It has an interesting plot development, character development, certainly. There's 3 main leads in the show.
Kim So-yeon,
So Ye-ji and Oh
Jung-se.
Jung-se, yeah. And Kim So-yeon is playing a nurse who is very empathetic, is very devoted to his brother and his work, and also has struggles with self-esteem. Then there's So Ye-ji, who is a children's storybook writer, has a very uncanny
Interesting
personality. Yeah. And she also is kind of trying to find sense from her childhood traumas. And then there's the third character, who is the
Jung-se,
brother.
yeah.
And he is someone who is an aspiring illustrator. He's a really nice character, and he also is a person with autism. So the 3 of them start kind of sharing a very complex relationship, and eventually there's a kind of a lot of healing that happens because of each other,
And they learn how to coexist together and
yeah.
heal together, basically, from their traumas and from whatever it is that they're struggling with.
It's definitely a gripping show, yeah, like in a way, because the plot is kind of unexpectedly develops.
Yeah.
So we will definitely recommend this show. This is again really good cinematography, really good soundtrack is so good. It's one of those soundtracks that
Very heavy on the heart, so you can listen to it on rainy days and
Yeah.
those days when you're feeling gloomy and need a good cry, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, this show is something you should watch if you're looking forward to seeing something serious, something that kind of
relatable mental health wise, maybe.
something that helps you understand what other people's struggles are.
And also to mention that it's a very interesting, strong female characters. That's also rare on K-dramas and dramas in general. So that could be another reason why you want to watch.
And the last and final show on our recommendation list is What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
This was one of the first K-dramas that we watched, and I'm sure if you're somebody who's new to the Netflix K-drama situation, this would be one of the first shows that shows up on your Explore page. And that's because it's a very typical K-drama. Like, it has all the K-drama ticks.
Yeah, everything. So if you want to know who's on this show, if you watched our previous videos, we talk about Itaewon Class, and the lead from that show, Park Seo-joon, is on the show along with Park Min-young, and
Who we love also.
Yeah, they make a great couple, and they have a really nice chemistry on the show.
Nice chemistry.
This show also again follows a lot of family dynamics, some very unusual, some really nice and sweet memories, and of course it has childhood traumas and thrillers and some murders here and there.
Casual K-drama stuff, all kinds of genres together. Of course there's a love triangle, and of course it's again a boss secretary kind of drama, but the good thing is it's humorous, and
in some places it's really creepy, but mostly cute.
Mostly cute because it's Park Seo-joon. Most of the time it's cute, but yeah, it's an entertaining drama for sure. So even if you're somebody who's new to K-dramas, this can be a good choice to start with. For
Yeah, just to get a glimpse into
to get
the
all
K-drama.
of that typical
Yeah.
K-drama energy.
We were quite surprised that Studio Dragon had made the show because they're
Yeah.
usually very, socially aware with certain cues about, like societal gender norms stuff. But
I think, but again, the show is made a few years ago, so perhaps people were not so woke back then. So yeah, I don't know. It's a learning curve, but yeah.
but it's still really lovely. We really did enjoy it, and the thriller bits really kept us on the edge of our seats,
Yeah.
and it wanted us to go back and watch and find out what and how it
What
happened.
happens
Yeah.
next?
So performances are brilliant. Go watch it for Park Seo Joon in a suit most
Yeah.
of the time, which is
And to kind of conclude, I guess Studio Dragon shows are pretty reliable that way. So if you are looking for good quality K-drama content, you can definitely just go to their website or Wikipedia page and just pick something from their list. We've been usually having good experiences with Studio Dragon shows, so that's why we recommended so many. Hope you enjoy them and let us know what you think. If you know any other Studio Dragon shows, please mention them in the comment section or your reviews. Bye. It's so hot. Bye. I am like sweating. Like a sweating.
dude, it's like getting very hot. Like I feel we look very sweaty on the episode.
Yeah, nah, like it's so hot. I feel like I should add this in the video.